Hello, diners and friends. Welcome to Solo Dining with Karen Marie. Today we're making a breakfast pizza, and these are the ingredients. We will be making the dough from scratch, and I'll also be using a pizza stone for my oven and some fresh ingredients for the pizza. Okay, we're getting ready to start on the dough. That's 1/3 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of instant yeast, 1 teaspoon of sugar. I want to mixing all that in so it dissolves. And now I'm just adding a little bit of flour at a time. The recipe calls for 1.5 cups of flour, but you may not use all of it, but just I added that in just so you can have enough. But a lot of times you don't use all the flour. So I mix that in right now to try to get everything incorporated. And that's 1 tablespoon of olive oil and a teaspoon of salt. I'm sorry, I have a teaspoon of salt. And just kind of get all that mixed in. And now I'm going to add the bulk part of the flour. I like to add it little by little so that I don't like to dump all the flour in at one time because it seems harder. Unless you're having a mixer, using a stand mixer or something like that, or another form of method to mix, I do this. And then once I get it in there, I go ahead and use my hand to knead it. Because you really don't need a stand mixer if you're making just one little dough from scratch. Now, if you're making a big batch, then yeah, go ahead and drop it all in the stand mixer, and it doesn't matter then. And since we're using instant yeast, it doesn't have to bloom. You don't have to wait for it to bloom. You can use it right away. And so I'm just kind of getting it all incorporated in there and forming a nice ball of dough. I want it to be all the flour to be incorporated in. Nice and mixed in there real good so we can have a nice piece of dough for our pizza. And this doesn't take long at all. Just want to make sure it's nice and right, not too sticky, but not too dry. And then just put a little bit of olive oil on there just to kind of keep your dough moist where it won't dry out. And then we're just going to go ahead and put some cling wrap on that and set it aside so that it can rise. Give it about 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. And while we're waiting on the dough to rise, we're going to go ahead and get started on the rest of the pizza. We're going to do the vegetables. I like to saute the vegetables. You can put them on without sauteing, but I prefer to do it this way. I'm using red bell pepper, and I'm also using jalapeno peppers because I like the little bite. And it's not spicy, it's not hot. When you mix it in with everything else, it's a nice mild flavor. Also, since we're sauteing the jalapenos, they kind of get a little sweeter when you saute them this way. And so I like the blend of all the vegetables together, from the mushrooms to the onions, the bell pepper, the red bell pepper, and the jalapeno pepper. And I just love that when they're all mixed together, they seem to you get a little bit milder and sweeter. Get that piece of cheese out of there and get these sauteed real well. Yeah, I love it when things come together like this. Okay, now they're about like I want them. I don't want to cook them too hard, but they're pretty much perfect for me. And they're gonna finish cooking in the oven anyway. Getting ready to scramble my eggs now for this. So get my butter melted. I'm just using two eggs. It's one pizza. It's for one person, but actually two people can eat off of it. I made one pizza and I ate half one day, and then the next morning for breakfast I ate the other half. That pie crust, that pie. I'm sorry, the pizza dough. I'm calling it a pie crust, but the pizza dough that we made, it is for one pizza. So I get these eggs scrambled real well because I like everything on my breakfast pizza. Well, not everything, but these are my favorite things that I like to place on mine. It gives it a nice balanced flavor. Okay, the dough is risen, just like our Lord rose. All right, there it is. That's that old pan. Everybody has a old raggedy pan in the cabinet. And we can make use of things. Just because things are old don't mean they can't be used. And a lot of times we feel like when we get older that there is no more use for us. Or some people feel that way, but not God. He uses us no matter what. It doesn't matter how old we are. We're still useful. I was reading somewhere that it was in I think it was Timothy in the Bible. It was saying that they're in a great house. There are vessels of gold and silver, and they could be used. And then there's also vessels that could be used for everyday common use. And so just because this pan is old doesn't mean it doesn't get used. Because I'm telling you, it's one of the little backbones of my little cooking here. I love using it. I just throw a little piece of aluminum foil on it, and I'm telling you, I make toast on it, what a cheese toast and all kinds of stuff when I put it in the oven. It's real useful. If I'm baking a pie or something, I put it on there just in case it spills over. So it has many uses and it gets used daily. So yeah, it's old, but it's gonna get used and it is a benefit to me. Yeah, so everything and everyone has a purpose in life. Just be a willing vessel. I'm fanning out that dough. I'm trying to make a bigger pizza. I didn't have to fan it out like this, but I did. I want a bigger pizza, so I'm just making a bigger, spreading my dough out. I'm out. See, I'm spreading it out a little bit more with my little mini, my little mini rolling pin. I love doing that. And then I have this other. I'm gonna go ahead and dock it that way. Because I'm using a pizza stone, and I don't want my bottom to be too soft. So I'm just docking it so I can have a nice, um, kind of firm pizza dough. I don't want it to be soggy or become soggy from what I'm doing. I melted a little bit of Velveeta cheese and I'm spreading it on here. Some people use cheese whiz. I just kind of like the Velveeta, and so I cut it in cubes and I spread just a little bit on here so that it could be perfect for what I'm doing. All right, got that on there. Now it's time to add a little bit more toppings. I didn't get to spread it all the way like I wanted to. So right now, just put my eggs on there. Just kind of get those spread around a little bit so that it could be, we can go ahead and get, yeah, every bite has some eggs in it. Now I get ready to put these vegetables on here. I laid those eggs down for a nice little bed and go ahead and put the vegetables on there. That way the vegetables won't make they won't make the pizza soggy. Because you don't want, nobody wants a soggy pizza. No, we want it to be perfect. Go ahead and put some bacon on there. I mean, bacon makes everything better, doesn't it? Might not be as good for you all the time. You don't want to eat like this all the time, but at least you do want to be able to have something tasteful. And that bacon really brings out it seasons the vegetables and everything. And I like that little saltiness gets in there and seasons the vegetables. And now this is sausage. This is pre-cooked sausage, and I just cooked it and diced it up. I'm gonna use all of my ingredients on here, honey. Yes, we want a great pizza. Go ahead and put some more of the dices of cheese on there. I didn't melt all the cheese. I had planned on melting it all, but I didn't because I didn't want to melt too much, so I just melted a little bit at a time. So that's how that came about. That I had cubes left over, but that's all right. We're gonna make use of it, huh? It's gonna make it good. It's gonna make it good. Even better. Yeah. Go ahead and get this spread out perfect. Guess that little onion wanted to hang around a little longer than it should have. Just like some house guests. They hang out too long and it becomes annoying. But anyway, okay, we're gonna go ahead and spread this. I got some Monterey Jack cheese on there. I like the Monterey Jack cheese because it makes it's a mild cheese. Okay, there's that pizza stone. The oven has been preheated. And just gonna place that pizza on that pizza stone. Now I'm using aluminum foil because this is the way I like for it, to transfer it. I don't want to put my pizza directly on the stone, just in case I have some type of spillage or something. And now it's ready. And now let's see how easy I can yeah, yeah, put that right back on that pan. Telling you that pan, and telling you, don't sleep on your old cookware now. And there it is. And because I use that pizza stone, that bottom is not soggy. So you can pick it up. See how easy you can pick that bottom up? It's not soggy. And it's going to make for a wonderful pizza with a nice texture on the bottom. It's not hard, but it's perfect. I could have set it straight on the stone, but sometimes that cheese gets stuck on there, on that stone, and I don't like that. Look at me, I just don't know how to cut it right here. Don't let me mess with your OCD because I don't know how to cut my pizza in a straight line. But that's all right. It's going to be good anyhow. Gonna be good anyway. Gotta get me a piece of that while it's still warm. I try to give y'all a good money shot, but hey, I pulled a piece of that off of there. But that's a good looking pizza though. And it sure tastes good too. Look at that. She got a mouthful. She got a mouthful, ain't she? That pizza good. It's good, ain't it, girl? Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. You need to share some of that pizza with the people now. Yeah, I know it's good. I told you, I knew it was. Don't eat all that pizza in one sitting, girlfriend. I know. Friends, go ahead and make y'all one of these. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time with another video.